evening, music fans. We are Arcane Roots. We are 2/3 of Arcane Roots, and you are listening to United Rock
Nation.
Way back in 2007 or something, basically we started the band at college. We were doing a kind of music technology course, and kind of just wanted to do something interesting to us. You know, we listened to a lot of different music, and you know, we kind of wanted to be kind of the best musicians that we could be at the time, and we just there just wasn't really a band that was doing the music, or every bit of the music that we wanted, and you know, we liked a lot of, you know, like real heavy stuff, but then we're also into like pop and electronica and jazz and everything, and we kind of wanted to combine those things. So kind of had a couple of lineup changes, and Adam and Jack joined, and then we kind of make this sort of rock pop amalgamation of many different things, or just basically whatever's interesting us at the time. I think honest rock is maybe the best thing I can think of. It's just whatever we think or is exciting us at the time, and I feel like, you know, we can only do that if we're ever going to be a good band. We can only just play the music we like, and when we play together on stage, we just love playing that music, and I hope that comes across, and the smiles on our faces, and you know, I think we're so honoured that people like it too, you know, and like to come to, you know, somewhere lovely like this, and then people be there and want, you know the songs and sing along and smile and enjoy it, or new fans, you know, like that is the best thing we could ever hope for, really, as a band, you know. Like, it kind of feels like somewhat of a selfish endeavour until they like it too, you know. So. And I barely remember what's that way fucking. I mean, the real answer is when we did our first EP, that was all we could afford to do. We didn't have any support or any label, or whatever, and then we got picked up by our label, and we did our first EP, our first record, and did the full length, and then kind of like for us, very much is kind of an album is like a picture of what you look like at that time, at that month, let's say. And it's even the picture that our fans receive is usually a year old by the time you even hear the music, or you even get to hear it. So I was keen after writing the album to make lots of music, and I think we had something like 250 songs, and we were gunning towards making an album, and then we kind of had a label change. We left our last label, and we were like, let's go back to basics. Let's just do entirely what we want to do. It was a fun feeling to just have, you know, labels and all these things, and then to just be like, you know what, let's just go back to, you know, our producer Chris, and just work real casually, and it not be the whole time. And it was super nice. And so we, out of 250 songs, we chose to record 6 of them, and we were like, because we knew with an EP we could get it out really quickly, and so the second we put out the EP, Sony were kind enough to sort of jump on the bus. Hello.
Hey guys.
Oh, hang on.
Is someone from Fender?
Oh, okay. 5 minutes, man. Thank you. Sorry, I thought it was Adam. So after we had gone through all of that, Sony got on board, and we've literally just come, yesterday morning, we were in Toronto recording our second full-length record, so a full-length album, finally with Jack, now kind of a new member of the band. But yeah, unfortunately, it is just, unfortunately, politics enters the band more than ever I would like it to. We want to always get to the stage where we're putting out the music as we make it. And I mean, the good thing about the EP is that we can write an EP and it doesn't have to go through the same gears as an album, and we can put it out very quickly. And I think we recorded it and then we put it out within like 3 months, whereas we've just recorded this record, probably won't hear it for a year. So it's just the way that it goes, and we write constantly, and we want to keep you guys up to date with what we look like. The whole EP was kind of written to be have a live feel to it. That was the thing we really wanted to do. And again, our records are usually influenced by whatever is going on at the time. And after having done Blood and Chemistry and toured with our favourite bands and played in stadiums and God knows what, we realised that we didn't really have songs that worked in those places, and we wanted songs that would translate a little better and also we were playing this kind of very angular rock, and it was uncomfortable to play live, and we always add stuff into the songs, and we always update the old songs, and so we started kind of moving them around and ended up creating these bits that were much more satisfying to us to play live. And so this new EP was kind of engineered in that way, that we wanted songs to be just a lot more powerful and a lot more straight away there, and it was our attempt at doing a kind of more poppier, rockier record. That's because that's what we wanted to do. I wanted to write songs that feel great live, and they do, and every time we play them live they feel fantastic. But that song in particular was kind of again, with all the shows and stuff, it is surprisingly difficult to be a band, and we play a lot of shows, and we have to balance money and our lives, and we're all in and out of our daily lives at the same time, and it can be real hard to do that as a job sometimes, and I kind of wanted the meaning behind the song was to be a reminder that if there was one show that we didn't give our 100%, then we have no right to ever be like, man, why aren't we the biggest band in the world? Why aren't we the best band? Because you have to do that, and it's only fair to our fans who bother to do it. So, sometimes we're sick, and I get sick all the time, and my throat often hurts, and and the van breaks down or whatever, things happen. So that song is kind of a reminder, and I wanted to play it every time as a thank you, and it's meant to follow that, it's calm, and then it's intense, and that it's kind of like painting with words to be this thing, and to not feel embarrassed. I always feel very embarrassed playing live, looking at people. I never like to look at. I feel guilty, and it was kind of I wanted a song to not do that. Kind of like putting a deposit down on something you can't afford, and so that you have to be able to afford it. So you've done it now. Or like putting a deposit down on a holiday. You have to go on holiday. You've put that deposit down now. So it was kind of that kind of process in my mind. So. It was meant to be a lot of the demos when we do them, I actually only do like a verse and a chorus. But what often happens is we end up really liking the song exactly how it is. So yeah, Vows and Ceremony, like throughout the album, is this sort of like a story, and it was a lot about kind of finding a place in which you're happy. And with everything going on, and especially when there is pressure to make money, to be successful and to sell records, it was kind of I wanted to just feel like I could do what we wanted to do again, if you know what I mean. Exactly. And not that we ever have felt that way, but I wanted it as kind of a reminder. And so Vows and Ceremony, it was kind of, I wanted there to be this nice, after all the anger and frustration that we see, and obviously it's behind the scenes as well, like people always see us kind of after a gig or whatever, but we get annoyed and happy and sad like anyone else, and the whole record is this roller coaster, but I wanted the end to just be this big bit of happiness and light, and that how excited we are to play this music, and it's still the number one thing. It's still the best thing about being in this band is play. I love playing with Jack. I love playing with Adam. I love writing music with them, and every time I'm so high from doing it. We write a new song, and it's the best feeling in the world, and I kind of wanted that to be like the closing chapter of this. Of the record, to be something happier, and also it's just the happiest song in the world. I remember hearing the mix for the first time. I was driving home, and I was over the moon with how it's like our only major song, and I just wanted a song that people can jump up and down to, and it just be happiness and positivity. Yeah, so.